Alrighty. Hello everyone and welcome. We are back here, week 2 SPC. We got a little bit of time before our matchup at the top of the hour, so I wanted to kind of take a moment to go over our squad and what the matchup that we're going to be dealing with looks like. This is our draft team. So, Palatine Paladins, we ended up drafting the following squad: Palafin, Kiram, Scizor, Hisuian Zoroark, Florges, Kilowattrel, Bronzong, Politoed, Lurantis, Hisuian Quillfish, and Rhyperior. Kind of an interesting team. Some things I like, some things will be a challenge. Our Terra captains are going to be Lurantis and Scizor. Those are going to be very interesting. Have a lot of fun potential with them. But this is kind of a rain team option, but not rain required, which is nice. Politoed has the ability to be water absorbed to let it be more defensive against some other water abusers, or rain to boost Palafin, Hurricanes for the Kilowattrel, pairing well with the Hisuian Zoroark. So some interesting options. We've also got Hisuian Quillfish to potentially take advantage with Swift Swim. Bronzong and Scizor also both like the rain because it reduces their fire weakness. So some interesting aspects here. Things that I like. I love the synergy that Palafin, Kiram, and Scizor all have together. Just taking a look at them and their typing matchup, there is no overlaying weakness. Dark, Ghost, Ground, and Flying are the only thing that I have no resist from with it, but we have other options for that. I do like the addition of Hisuian Zoroark. I've never used them on before, so it's kind of a fun one to get to use and see if I can't bait my opponent into doing some things based off of that. Last week we went 0-1. Losing by 1 mod. Really close game, came down to the wire, but no regrets with it. Still a lot of fun. This week we are taking on a little bit of a different one. So taking a look at this matchup preview, where you're taking on the College Station Good Bowl, coached by Mario. Their team consists of Dragapult, Superior, Oricorio, just the Pom-Pom form, but it is Terra, Rotom Heat, Cloyster, which is Terra, Hitmontop, Alola-Mola, Sylveon, King Gambit, and Clodsire. So right off the bat, I didn't like this team for Palafin or the Rain. There are some options of what I can do here, but it just felt a little difficult, like the synergy wouldn't necessarily be there. Because they've got a Water Absorb Mon, Alola-Mola is annoying. So what I decided this week is there is a rule that every Mon on the team has to come to at least one match. Well, last week we brought Bronzong, we brought Palafin, we brought Kiram, we brought Scizor, we brought our Kilowattrel, and we brought our what was the last Mon? And we brought our Hisuian Zoroark. So now the only mons that I have left that I have to bring are Rhyperior, Politoed, Lurantis, Florges, and Hisuian Quillfish. So I wanted to challenge myself a little bit, force myself to bring those 5, and try and build a team that's got a little bit of synergy with it. And so this is what we ended up coming up with. We're just doing a standard Assault Vest set for Rhyperior. Good old tried and true classic. Gonna hit hard, hit some things fairly well. Gives me options to deal with basically everything if need be. Lurantis is interesting here. We are running Contrary with some health options. Leaf Stored Superpower Knockoff lets me hit everything. We are Terra Steel for that to try and give it some survivability. But it feels good just because it has some potential setup sweeper options. Florges is Keyberry, Moonblast, Store Power, Wish, Calm Mind. I feel like this has a possibility to just be really, really annoying. Get the Keyberry to give us that defense boost, make us really bulky. Get some Calm Minds going, and then just allow potentially Stored Power, or even just Moonblast to clean up, because Moonblast, naturally, their only resist are Rotom Heat and Clodsire, one of which does not like Stored Power, if we can get some setup going, so that'll be good. Politoed, we have Chesto Resto set, but to pair with that, we have Protect, Whirlpool, and Parasong. I'm hoping to potentially trap them on, get Parasong going, and just kind of stall them out. If we can trap the Alola-Mola that might have Flip Turn because they're not anticipating Water Absorb, that could be huge, and be very interesting. Hisuian Quillfish, Spikes and Destiny Bond, try and get some hazards up, maybe take something down with it. Crunch, Gunk Shot, interesting options. Ultimately, what I'm hoping is that their hazard removal might be their Oricorio, because if it is, we swap in the Lurantis, they can click Defog, but then Lurantis' contrary evasion will let it go off. And then Kyurem, they've got some Watermons, so just in case I can potentially anticipate a flip turn or something like that, swap it in. Absorb feels like it can be fun, and then just kind of clean up. That only works though if I have an option for the Dragapult, because otherwise Dracometer just comes in and beats us. But luckily I think Forges has a fairly good answer for the Dragapult. But yeah, that is the squad that we are currently rocking with. We are just waiting on word from our opponent. Once they give me the thumbs up, we are ready to search and dive on into it. But yeah, in the meantime, while we are waiting, kind of break down and look at the team a little bit more in terms of what we drafted, why. Honestly, getting the Scizor felt really good. It is a pretty lofty spend, but for the draft team, I thought it worked well. Give me a priority other than Palafin. Then the other thing I like with it is Scizor's Bullet Punch and Palafin's or Jet Punch both feel like they essentially force my opponent to have a water answer or Terra Water. But at the same time, both Palafin and Scizor have momentum moves that potentially we might see a flip turn on Palafin or a U-turn on Scizor, catch them trying to swap in to absorb those, and then go to Kyurem, which has Freeze Dry and can absolutely punish any sort of Water Terra or Water Mon. And that feels really good here. I like that synergy, essentially, because Palafin as a Water type, it's only really getting resisted by 3 things: Water, Grass, and Dragon, all of which Freeze Dry is just nukes. And so that's kind of the hope, is that I can really take advantage of the synergy of those two. But our opponents will have to kind of play around that. Week 1, we already saw that they went Terra Fairy, not even afraid of Bullet Punch or Jet Punch, so just something that we have to kind of keep in mind and play around. Alright, looks like we're ready to search. Alright. Alright, and we are searching. Now we get to see what Mons they bring and how we will adjust. I'm kind of hoping Oricorio's their Terra play here. I feel like I can handle that better than maybe potentially the Cloyster, but the Cloyster can absolutely be a pain. Alright, let's see. Cloyster, Dragapult comes, the Superior comes, no Oricorio, no Hitmontop, which is nice. No Sylveon, that is huge. They bring the King Gambit. No Clodsire, that one surprises me a little. Oh no, the Clodsire right there, what am I saying? So no Sylveon. No Hitmontop. No Rotom. And no Oricorio. Alright, that should be all of them that are remaining. Fairy looks pretty good here right off the bat. Yeah, there are some interesting things here. I think right off the bat, though, I'm just going to go lead Quillfish, see if we can't get some hazards up, and go from there. Yeah, so this is a Terra Legal League. Everything is on the board in terms of what can be Terra'd. It's just, unlike most leagues, it's not Terra preview, so we don't know what they got. So we'll learn that as we go into it. Oh man, I wanted to bring a Dragon Dance loaded dice set for Dragapult, but I decided against it. Could have been interesting here. Okay, right off the bat, they're just leading the Cloyster. We get the Intimidate off. No White Herb. Okay, that's interesting. We're just going to get spikes up, see what they do. It could be a focus sash. If it's focus sash, I might regret this a little bit, but we'll see. Yeah, it's going to depend on if they shell sash or not. Nope, hard swap out, so we are fine. Free turn. You see the Clodsire come out. Alright, then I need to check something real quick. Because I know once upon a time Cloyster got Rapid Spin. Does it still? No. I thought it got Rapid Spin, I'm pretty sure. So I don't think they have any hazard removal. Earthquake's not killing us, so I feel okay getting up a layer of spikes. If they go T-spikes, that'll be interesting. They could be getting up hazards themselves, at which point we're just going to have hazards on each side. They got Stealth Rocks, okay. And we're going to get that last layer of spikes up, because I believe that hits everything. They've got everything on the ground. So unless they're heavy-duty boots, there's nothing that isn't going to take spikes. So this will be a good start for us. Okay, they got their spikes. They got their Stealth Rocks up, then they hard swap out. They go back into the Cloyster. Cloyster hurt by the spike, so even if it was Focus Sash, it's not anymore. I feel like the answer here, we're gonna go for the Gunk Shot. And if they go for... They have spikes on Cloyster themselves. Interesting. Okay. Land the Gunk Shot. Do quite a bit. We'll take that. So we got 2 layers of spikes up on our side. They've got 3 and Stealth Rocks. Alright, so Cloyster goes down. To Quillfish. And that was their Terra Captain. So they have no Terra anymore. That was also one of their 2 freeze dry answers. So that's interesting here. Oh, I really like this Forges set depending on what they have. So they go Dragapult. We're clicking Crunch here. Okay, they go Will-O-Wisp, that's fine. If I can kill this, a number of my Mons just go absolutely insane. It's interesting. The 3 spikes, it's just kind of free here. They go Dragon Darts. That's not going to do much to me. So we're right off the bat doing well. Anything that comes out is taking 25%. They go King Gambit here. I should outspeed. I think gonna outspeed this. We're gonna do a crunch, bait them here. Not do very much. Okay, they go Iron Head. Oh, that killed. Oh, I forgot to account for its boost. That's fine. But that's fine. Absolutely huge start for us so far. Honestly, Lurantis just kind of comes in here. Takes some damage, but there is really no punishment here for clicking Superpower, so we're just going to click that. Ooh. Got some big time damage there. We get the kill though, so I'll take that. Okay, this is the mon I was kind of scared of right now. It's basically going to get a free Leaf Storm. Yep, so that's not ideal. I honestly expected Lurantis to survive with more bulk. That ended up maybe being a mistake. Yeah. This is rough. If they're modest, they've got a decent chance to just kill me here. We have to go Moonblast. They go Leaf Storm again. They don't kill. Yep. Oh, and they get the stat change. Yeah. Oh, we don't have anything fast enough to deal with this, so we're just kind of cooked. Honestly, we're kind of having to bank on a miss here. Yeah, we're basically having hope for a miss. Alright, so they got the kill. They've clicked it 3 times. They're at max. So, yeah. Yeah, I think that's just game unless they miss. That's basically what we're hoping for here. They land it. Yeah, not having a faster mod, unfortunately. Something I wondered about. Didn't worry too much, but I just didn't have an answer for Superior. That's fine. Okay, use Elite Storm again, so that's 5. It's got 3 more, so even if... Yeah. Just needed a miss. But I'm assuming this has Dragon Pulse on it as the last move. But no, we had a really good start. I just let Superior come in, get set up, and that was a mistake. And I land the last one. I went Lee Storm for the last. That's interesting. If that would have missed, that would have been huge, but alas. But all right, GG's. We came down to it. We left the door open for it. Should have accounted for it, but Lee Storm, all they needed. They just came in, clicked, and it did damage. But that'll end it for this one. We'll see you next. We're 0-2 to start, but we'll bounce back. Take care.